like a movie. Elisa's birthday. Oh, woken up on a Saturday morning by a text from Ocado. It's like my most reliable friend, Ocado. They always text. Always want to know how you are. Always want to make sure you're in. Always let you know if there's things they can't deliver. Very considerate. I was in such a deep sleep. Oh my God. Wow. It's like an apocalypse. Nadia suggested I weigh myself. Nadia suggested this, not me. So here we go.
Okay, so Mark has decided he's going to weigh himself.
I just
break
realised-
free of the Tuesday thing.
No, but I just realised that I can't film myself because it will weigh, the phone will weigh.
Of course. So get on.
We're pixelating again. Ready?
Yeah. Settled. 13:10.8. Was that?
Got down 3 pounds.
Told you. I knew it. I could see it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then we should analyse ourselves once a week. I could just see that you needed that boost. It's hard not eating bread and potatoes.
Yeah.
Did it?
Hey.
That's brilliant.
13,
How do you
10,
feel?
10.8, that's amazing. Feel a bit vulnerable, feel like you've cornered me in a loo in a club or something. Feel like it's vulnerable.
You're right. I'll get the dishwasher on.
Oh my God. I've just realised I didn't react too much. That's 4 pounds since Tuesday.
It's massive.
4 pounds?
I know.
13.10. I couldn't really understand.
Because I can see it. I can really see you lost weight.
Bloody hell.
Imagine if you drank water as well.
13.10.8.
Yeah. It's the carbs that have been holding you up, babe.
Oh, right.
But
Oh,
you know what? You haven't been as crazy as I thought you would be for food, craving saying.
I think carbs breeds more carbs. I
It
think if
does.
I eat carbs, I
Yeah.
just want more carbs. Whereas if
Yeah.
I eat protein, I feel full.
Yeah.
We might have found the way of ceasing the
Binge.
no, the incorrigible appetite. The mad, constant aching, gnawing, like there's mice in my stomach eating my inner linings.
Right, now go and have a shave. Because
All right.
it makes you look knackered when you're not shaven.
Okay,
Have
all
you
right.
got a husband that just refuses to shave and then goes, I look so awful, I look so...
No, the first thing I want you to do is, where's your phone? We need to...
Please just make a cup of tea because I'm gasping. 1 second, because the tea bags are in and it's going to get stuck.
So this is the next stage. I'll be weeing all day.
4 pounds. That's
Since
amazing.
Tuesday. So I started this at 14 stone 6.
Yeah.
So 13 stone, let's say 13 stone 11.
Before the end of February. It's
13 stone
brilliant.
11.
That is brilliant.
That's £9
£9. That is
in 2 months.
knockout.
Is it?
Yeah. Absolutely not. You don't want to lose more. You don't want to lose faster than
Cream
that.
in there.
Oh shit. The way this is working is because I've taken out, because you can't have any of those bad snacks, you're not binging all day long. It's just reduced.
Can't actually lift this up with my left hand. I'm going to try and do, I was reading an article.
Do not drink it all at once though, because that's really dangerous.
I'm going to try lifting this up with my left hand. Because there was another article in the papers yesterday about the thing you were saying, which is what?
Do the tea now with my left hand.
If you do everyday activities with your other hand,
Yeah.
apparently it opens new neural pathways in the brain.
Yeah. No, this is serious, guys.
I don't know if this is
about
about-
this at least women the other day. So just brush your teeth. Obviously nothing too dangerous. Do whatever, but with your other hand. There you go. Oh, it's weird.
Slipping.
It's hard.
It's really hard. I just think it's because it's my weaker arm.
Do you want to release the house?
It's my weaker arm.
Release the house. Of course it is, because you don't use it.
Now, we're just going to quickly explain for those of you who think it's cruel that we keep dogs in cages. What was the rationale behind the dog cages? It is a form of dog care. actually.
Oh, absolutely. Our dog trainer,
Yeah.
we had never even known. When they were puppies and we bought them, he said...
We had a fabulous dog trainer. He was great, wasn't he?
Bonkers house, this is great. Dogs love to have their own spot, their own crate.
They're in space.
They go in there all the time, and we have never put them in there as a punishment. That's
No,
the thing. It's
no.
not, so you never ever, if you're doing this with your dog, ever go right. Get in your crate and slam the crate shut.
It's not about
never.
that.
So for them, they've got all their little toys.
And it's also basically, well, as you know, Toffee, because Toffee is a kleptomaniac, so she keeps everything that's dear to her. A little bit like Nanny Di, a little bit like Nadia by her side of the bed, and yes, a little bit like me with my room. But, you know, it's a sort of sanctuary for each of them, isn't it? And they have an understanding, each of them, that they don't go into each other's. And then at bedtime, when you say, go to bed, they trot off into their room.
I think there's people use crates for the dogs.
But I think also, I seem
we
to remember...
never go out and put... I think people
No.
might think we
No.
go out and put the dogs in the
No.
crate. We really don't.
No, absolutely not.
They go in there when they want a break from all this
Yeah.
madness, because the trainer said that dogs, basically, however domesticated we think we are, they are still living
Yeah.
under stress
Yeah.
because they're around humans. And
That's
they
right.
need that safe place. Like, we'll never, put our hand in there
No.
or apart from when you're trying to...
Well, no, only when she's got a bone and I'm trying to actually get her out, because she needs to get out. So the trouble with Toffee sometimes is getting her out. So
Getting her out,
the
or
thing
getting
is
her in.
that Chi actually gets deeply stressed because she's constantly guarding the back patio from what looks like today a possible zombie apocalypse, but she's guarding it from foxes and squirrels. But she's in an often frantic state. Toffee is just a frantic dog. And so here we go, they unleash. Hey, Toffs. Hello. They say hello, how are you?
Our dogs are very left.
Downward dog. I love it watching them
Yes,
actually do a
I
downward
love
dog.
that.
Chi
You
always
can
does
learn
one.
how to do it
Come
properly,
on, Chi,
babe.
do a downward dog.
Downward dog.
Downward dog.
Downward dog. Mummy do one with you? Come on. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Oh, I better not actually.
No.
I'm not warmed up. No, I'm not going to. I could do my back
No, but
again.
hang on,
This
that's-
is how I do my back.
It was vaguely thrilling. See?
No, I'm not doing the downward dog and hurting myself. For you to get a thrill.
Got to grab a thrill whenever you can this day and age.
Stars everywhere.
I know, yeah, I was filming them this morning, looking at the fog.
Dina came around last night to do that because we are having our friend Lisa. Do you remember when we went to Germany? Did you see the vlogs of when we went to Germany? Lovely Lisa, makeup artist to the stars, and my lovely, lovely friend is coming over because it was her birthday last week, so we're doing a bit of a birthday
How old is she?
lunch. I think she's 51 now.
Is she?
I can't remember if she's 51 or 52. You know what I'm like? I don't even know how old I am. So Dina's making something delicious. We're going to have a barbecue.
God,
Because the weather's going to be nice.
Oh, is it? Is it going to
Yeah,
clear?
we're just going to barbecue the chicken a bit, and we're going to barbecue sausages for the kids because she's got 2 boys. And
So at that point...
then my parents are coming over for for tea and cake. I'm making the most outrageous cake, which I shall show you later, vloggers. Not vloggers, subs.
I think you need to look at what our subs are this morning.
You're kidding me.
I don't know, I haven't looked.
Oh, God. Where's my phone? God, we might be over 50 subs. 50,000 subs. And before we are, I just want to say something. A couple of people yesterday underneath the vlog, a couple of comments saying, not many, because most people were really understanding. I try never to answer nasty people because I was saying this to Kay yesterday. If you've got time to answer somebody nasty, why don't you just answer somebody nice instead? So I don't really answer nasty people. But I feel that we have to explain this maybe a bit more. Nanny Di is not going to be jumping out of the plane if we reach 50,000 subs. She wanted to, but our girls took us aside outside of filming and said, listen, guys, we just really don't want you to do it. We don't want Daddy to jump out of the plane. We don't want Nanny Di to jump out of the plane. And Kiki especially was really, really upset about it.
And that is a situation that has evolved. We had every intention of doing it. And as I said yesterday, and I did comment in a little bit of a barbed way to someone who really annoyed me.
Shouldn't have.
No, I know I shouldn't
Never
have. But
answer them
sometimes it's just
nasty.
like, for God's sake, you
Our
know.
rule is, on social media, we only answer nice people.
Yeah, no, I know.
And we ignore nasty people.
I know, but when there's an inference of unfairness, when we are one of the, we try to be very fair and very kind to all members of the family. Now, Nanny Di, as you will know from watching one of our other vlogs, is definitely doing something else. It's just that we have to observe the real world, not the social media world, the real world of their emotions. They decided that they didn't want to, and they were with it to begin with. They roared with laughter. They thought it was fun. And as it got to D-Day, I can understand their dear Nan. And
And they have to come first, the girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even Nanny Di wanted to, So it's just, most of you were lovely about it.
Yeah.
Most of you said you were anxious about it yourselves anyway. Oh, I can't see. I haven't got my glasses on. Yeah!
Wait.
Up there thinking, down there for dancing. Up there thinking, down there for dancing. Up there thinking, down there for dancing. Dancing. Do I look £10 lighter?
You do. Well, can I just say, this is an opportunity to say, hitting 50,000, bar that one person, thank you for all of you being so lovely, supportive, funny. You've educated us, you've informed us, you've helped us, you've made us laugh, you've made us cry.
Helped us lose £10.
Yeah, but you've also, I think of just the comments on things like A Star Is Born review trailer, all the vlogs, all of the Green-Fingered Hell. This has literally been a collaborative effort. I feel like I'm at the Oscars. That's funny, isn't it? It's the Oscars tomorrow. But it has been a collaborative effort, and I've never really understood the meaning of social media in that sense. You know, the film reviews, we've had the director of Instant Family contact us, through to all of your lovely comments, where I end up thinking, my God, there are people out there that I'd like to be friends with all of you, proper friends with all of you. So it's just been really lovely.
We hear so much about how horrific social media is, and we all know that, and we don't need to talk about it because you can't open a paper, a magazine, a TV program.
Maddie says this a lot. Maddie says this a lot.
And people even at work say to me, you and your social media, and I say over and over again, I like social media. I really do, and I think there's so much that is so brilliant with it. Yeah. So thank you. We're not going to witter on too much.
I am. I'm going to witter on for
He's
another.
the witterer.
I'm going to witter on for another 3 hours. So go on, sling your hook.
Yeah.
No, seriously, thank you.
Amazing.
That was great fun. So what's the next target? So we have to be careful that whatever we do promise at 100,000 is something that isn't going to freak the kids out.
Yeah. Maybe we should get the kids to choose it.
Or why don't we make suggestions? Why don't you, at the bottom of this vlog, you make suggestions for something that isn't going to endanger our lives? Not that it would really, but it's going to endanger our lives enough for the kids to not like it. But can you think of something that we should park at the end of 100,000 that we know we can do and we know the girls won't freak out about? There you go.
Yeah. So, how many of you remember the vlog the other day when Mark had ordered piles and piles of compost? Can you see it? And I said it was going to be by the front door for weeks. Well, he did move it, but now we've got it here. And I think he's planning to keep it here until the bloody summer. But I've got a friend coming round and I want to have a barbecue.
Oh look, the blossom has started.
You noticed that?
Blossom has started.
I haven't even noticed the blossom coming out.
Yeah.
God, Nadia, look around you and appreciate things. Jesus Christ, look at the snowdrops.
The most romantic thing I'm going to do this year is your garden.
Babe, please stop going on about that romantic comment because it's really starting to annoy me. Accidentally slipped out in a live the other day that he wasn't romantic as he used to be, and there hasn't been a day that he hasn't the petulant face gone. I can't. I could just go and get a rubbish bunch of flowers. I don't know why you keep attaching it to a rubbish bunch of flowers.
I'm going to get a
But then it would be rubbish.
So
it's lovely, isn't it?
Guessing you wanted me to move this stuff.
I've just been moaning about.
Have you?
Of course I do. It looks horrible.
I can't help how yellow they are. Sorry.
Yeah, but you just got. If you want to order piles and piles of stuff that you're not going to do anything with, you've got to find somewhere to hide it.
Time to do anything.
Yeah, but you won't do it till the summer. You don't need this till.
True. Have you seen the sleepers that have arrived in the front garden?
Yeah.
Let's not start this.
So
year
have you
with
got to carry
saying,
them
"I'm not
back
going
now?"
No. That's for all the soil around the side of the house. These are actually going to be used in beds here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Typical Matt. What are you doing? You're supposed to be moving the compost. What are you doing?
Well, I posted a photo of the snowdrops on my personal Instagram, and it just clearly brought a bit of cheer because it's one of the most liked things on my Instagram.
Is it?
So I thought, why don't we, given people associate us with Green-Fingered Hell, we take our own photos and put our
Right.
own stupid quotes that have hit us in the week.
So you can imagine what Mark was like as a child, and 100 ideas every day.
Really hard to
Actually, I think it's a really nice idea. We could use, like you say, quotes from the family.
But they're all from our garden.
All from our garden. Mark's such a brilliant photographer. He's a proper
I'll do
photographer.
it with a bigger camera, but this is
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look, guys.
Blossoms arrived.
Blossom! That's a really nice idea. I love that. So we could get little pictures, bring a bit of cheer. God, the fog is so weird, isn't it? Yeah, and we'll get quotes from all different members of... Let me just clear this. Quotes from all different members of the family. I love that. I love that. Bring a bit of cheer. My dad's wise words. Nanny Di's bizarre words. Betty's hilarious words. Dina's sometimes very scary words. She's the most un-PC person you'll ever meet. Yeah, the kids say amazing things. I'm going to do that. Look at him out there. Let me take you over, look. He's so funny. Because he's so clever, he has 100, brainstorm ideas a day. Look.
Okay, I'm going to do the soils.
Okay. Try not to get distracted with another brilliant idea, eh?
Look, we could make a film about
Mark! Oh my God.
Can you see that web? How amazing. That look, it comes all the way down to the bike wheel. Look at that. Look at that. Spider. Spider-Man. Look. Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins the web when he can. Spider-Man. Look at that. That's crazy. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful web. Oh,
So-
wow. Look.
What?
Sorry, I got distracted again. Let's check this out.
Has the compost moved yet?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm getting
Oh
this.
God. Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at the web.
That is gorgeous.
It's the garden through a web.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Stunning, isn't it?
Beautiful. We have to think of a really good quote to go with
look
that.
at that.
Wonder what my dad would say about feeling like he's stuck in a web.
I think we could just do Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Does whatever the spider can.
Spin the web when he
Mm.
can.
What about something about
Being caught in a web.
the Black Widow?
That's
Black
another Marvel. It's
Widow.
another Marvel
I
character.
love that song though. What's that song? The Black Widow. Who sings that?
I was thinking Scarlett
Who sings
Johansson.
the Black Widow?
Never heard of it. My trousers keep falling down.
Because you lost 4 pounds.
My trousers keep falling down. Will you do a dance in the pale blue light? What was that for? All buzz.
Well, we probably still could eat it, but because it's been a couple of days, I was doing some recipe testing this week.
You're always telling me about how much food can kill you in one fell swoop.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it to the dogs.
I like to kill them.
No, it won't kill the dogs.
Wow, that's really good.
I mean, it's probably still totally fine for us to eat it, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm giving it to the dogs. They will be in seventh heaven.
Coffee's favourite, isn't it?
Don't give. If you're feeding your dogs, though, chicken guys, take the skin off because that fat.
And
isn't good.
contrary to opinion, you shouldn't give them cooked bones. on the
Never.
chicken.
But you can give them raw chicken bones, as we do almost every
Why
day.
is that?
Because they splinter.
Yes, that's true. Just as that did just then.
There
You
you
like getting
go.
your hands all over a bird.
Yeah, I love it. There you go. Give that
Oh,
to
it's so
Toffee.
pretty.
She will be over the moon. Give her that bit.
Toffs. Oh yeah, what's this? Come on. Oh yeah, she's straight in on that. There you go. Yum yum. Nice. And look, the fog has gone. Fog has gone.
Stunning.
Absolutely
so lovely. I've got
beautiful.
Lisa coming around today. We can just sit out on the veranda, and I won't drink rosé wine.
And you've now got cooking greasy fingers. Do you have to? Oh, is that a really? As in, you'd like to?
Oh, when the girls come round, you know, it's her birthday.
Yeah.
It'd be so nice to have a glass of wine on the out there.
Could eat a cucumber.
Nice.
Can I just ask genuinely, as a 16-year-old sober,
Yeah.
what are the moments where you find it most difficult? I'm just curious to know, genuinely.
Okay, so it's almost everything culturally. I think we attach to having a drink, don't we?
Totally, oh, yeah.
You go to the theatre, you have a drink before you go. You have friends round, you have a drink as soon as they arrive. You rarely even say to somebody, would you like a glass of water first? You say, would you like a drink?
Yeah.
So last night went to the theatre, Mum and Dina both had a drink. I really wanted one when we arrived. 5 minutes later, I was fine not having one. Today, I want a glass of wine. I would love to sit out there having 2 or 3. 2 or 3 glasses of wine. I'm not going to be plastered, but I'm going to be a bit pissed. By about 4 o'clock, I'm going to be knackered. I'm going to feel a bit sleepy. So this is all the things I say to myself. You want that glass of wine, but actually you'll be present the whole time they're here because there'll never be that like, oh, I feel a bit.
Because I suppose what you're faced with, and this must be really difficult for people coming off, because of course for me it's not even a question, but coming off of dry January, or for you it's like 100 days, so it's an extended dry January.
50 days, I think.
Yeah, which is remarkable, But I suppose it's odd for me watching it from the sidelines, because I see you conquering these little things. I'm trying to work out, when people do these things, I'm even writing a play about it, what's the end goal? What is the perfect scenario?
It's like you always say.
Why can't you have a drink out there?
Well, only because I've done these 100
No,
days.
but
after
eventually.
the 100 days, because I've been wondering what I'm going to do after the 100 days. I know definitely what I'm not going to do. I won't on 101 day have a drink and go,
Right.
yeah, I'm not going to have a drink on 101, because it's not about that. But and I spent a lot of time actually whilst I was watching the dance yesterday, I was thinking about it a lot, and I was thinking what I want ultimately out of this is, and I think I've come to this decision. When I'm at home, I'm not going to ever drink unless I've got people coming around, and even then only if I really, really want to. I'm going to say to myself, do I really want to drink? Like today, I'll be present all day because I'm not having a drink. I won't be lulled tired like people who are drinking.
Yeah.
They'll go.
But that lull tired could also, being in alcohol's defence, could be the thing that allows you, because you always work at quite a high level of responsibility and stress to any social situation. You enjoy it, but when I watch you in a social situation, you're incredibly caring and benevolent and empathetic. And that's quite exhausting. And I would have thought, no, for you. I mean, it can be.
I don't
It's
find
not,
it exhausting.
No. But I think on a level, that requires an energy. And what I've seen, and this is just having been alongside you for so many years, is that in the past, there comes a natural point of exhaustion within any conversation after the heat and intensity of the first 2 hours of a social chat with your friends, with guests and what have you. And I'd have thought that drink is quite a nice friend to just sort of almost take the guilt out of slowing down.
No, you see, that's alcoholic thinking, I think.
Is it?
No, I like it.
But I think that's how a
because
lot of people use drink, though. I mean, that's how most people would.
No, I don't think that's the
I'm
case.
trying to think, what is the logic behind what's nice about having a drink out there?
Oh, because of the nice little relaxing thing at the beginning.
'Cause it relaxes,
Later on,
yeah.
I don't like it at all. That's
Right.
the alcoholic. You would then, so after a couple, I would like, oh, I don't want any more because I'm starting to feel tired.
Right.
Alcoholic would go, now I'm going to drink more. You would
Yeah.
always start revving at the point that I went, oh,
That's true,
I've had enough.
that's true, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what my ultimate aim, because a lot of people do ask me with
Yeah,
this
yeah,
100
I'm
days,
curious.
I think is that I want to drink occasionally.
Right.
I want to take my habit drinking out of the equation. And when I say that, the habit of every time we go to the theatre, I mean, like last night when we pulled up at the theatre, I said to my mum and my sister, because there was a prep right next to it really early, so should we pop in there for a coffee? They both went, a coffee?
Really?
I went, oh my God.
Isn't that funny?
I have changed my pattern of
Yeah.
thinking. And they say you only have to do something, I can't remember, for a certain amount of time to break a habit. It's one thing I know is I'm not addicted to alcohol. I've got the habit of it.
And it's interesting you should say that, because I remember when I first stopped drinking, probably, when I say first stopped, I'm talking about the first 2 years, not like a January or a February. I was loathsome about coffee shops.
Yeah,
I was like, who
yeah.
does that? What's that about? Wanky Islingtonites, bleh. And now I live for going into a Starbucks or to a little, not so much
My mum was
Costa.
like, what's the matter with you?
Really?
So I said, I've just got into that now, Mark, because I don't drink.
Do you think there's
We
a-
go somewhere and Mark and I go and have a coffee before we
You
go.
know, like prawn cocktails and certain dishes of the 70s are quite nostalgic. Do you think drinking in the way that your mum does is quite a nostalgic thing? Maybe it's just something that's moved on. Maybe we've changed.
Maybe I've changed.
Because there's a lot of youngsters not drinking as much. I mean, there's a lot...
So here's the thing, in the future, is that I want to sometimes have a drink when I go to the theatre, but not it just be absolutely the norm that you couldn't go to the theatre without having a drink, because I think that's silly. Because I love going to the theatre. Why? Going to the theatre in itself is brilliant.
Yes.
Why do I also need to have a drink?
Yeah.
That makes me feel a bit bleh the next day. Like when we go for lunch with the girls to a restaurant, when we go to Pizza Express and say, why do I always have a glass of rosé? If I'm going out with friends, or if I'm just me and you are going out for lunch, yeah, it's nice to have a glass of wine, but I don't need to have a glass of wine when I'm going out with you and the kids.
Well, maybe you
stuff.
do. Maybe you find this unbearable. But I tell you, one of the things that I am going to miss is does that mean you're not going to drink ever around me? Because that means you won't ever do that seductive dancing that you do.
Oh yeah, when I go.
You know, like Tales of the
No,
Unexpected.
I just said if you and I were to go
joking.
out, you know, like when we go to have our little day in
Yeah.
Soho, I'll have a glass or two.
Yeah,
Or
that's
we go
nice.
to a hotel.
Yeah.
But I just want to take out. Right, the autumn, can I have a drink? I'm doing this. I have a drink when I do this. I'm going to a wedding, I have a drink. I go to a christening, I have a drink. Not that I go to weddings.
I say, when have you ever been to a christening? I've never known you ever even
I just
say
wanna
the word
break that
christening.
habit. I want it to be a nice thing that I do sometimes rather than a habit.
I want to go to a christening. I've never been to one. Christ, how much post are we getting? Oh, look. I love it when this arrives. Look.
Yeah.
Marshall's vegetable ordering. You need to go through there and circle what you want. Do you remember in the old days you used to go through an Argos catalogue and circle everything you wanted?
Argos catalogues.
What's
your favourite catalogue, Subs?
But you used to do that thing where you turn the page over and you'd slap the first thing on the page and it would be yours.
No, I never did that.
You know, so you do this. You go, mine.
No.
Mine.
Oh, actually, no, I'm getting a memory now.
Yeah, hang on. You flip. You go, mine. You go, no, those first.
Yeah.
It was your only way of shopping. You couldn't have it. You just hit the page really hard.
That's
You ever
right.
do that?
Yeah,
I've
I've got a memory.
I knew I was a teenager when I used to end up hitting the ones with women wearing lingerie.
I used to love it when you used to go with your mum and it'd be like, because it looked like a really boring shop Argos, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because there's never
there's nothing in
but
it.
you'd be like this when you're just flipping
Yeah,
over the catalogue.
The book was
The
like
little
a
pencils.
huge tome, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
the little
Of
pencils. That was so sweet.
Like the Bible of commerce and capitalism and just.
And I hadn't been for
tiny
ages, and I went
codes.
recently, and it's all digital.
Oh,
There's no little pencil anymore.
pencils?
No,
Oh.
it's all like iPads.
Look, babe, look, all these things we can do. Look, which carrots
God,
would you like?
I really would like some rainbow carrots.
You need-
Purple haze. They're gorgeous, those carrots. Definitely want those. I'll do a circling. But just not when I'm trying to get ready for people coming around. You're like a 9-year-old. You are like a 9-year-old. What were you doing? You were doing something important. What was it?
So I look
So
so
I'm gonna
unwell.
make-
Can someone tell me why I've got these bags under my eyes?
Listen, I've told you a million times. You don't sleep enough. Your eyes are constantly on the computer screen, and you don't drink enough water.
What did you just say? Just share with us what you just said. What did you want? Would you take...
Would you?
take no. You just said, would you take...
Well, I've made you
pot-
some
no.
homemade mayonnaise. Do you wanna
Which
take a
is
little-
so sweet, but I then just cut to an image of me in a cafe or anywhere public in central London decanting homemade mayonnaise
No, you don't have to decant it.
onto a salad. I am not that man. I'm not the
tiny
man I've
little
become.
pot.
I do
You
not
have
wear...
lost how many pounds this week?
But I
How
can't
many
wear
pounds?
hemp sandals and I cannot take homemade mayonnaise in my satchel
How many
into town.
pounds
My
have you
name
lost?
isn't Tarquin.
How many pounds have you lost?
Yeah, granted, but that's just because I've tied my hands and I've grilled my teeth. Oh, wow.
That's breakfast.
Oh, thanks, baby. Thank you
So
very much.
that's lamb's lettuce, because if you've never
I love
tried
lamb's
try it.
lettuce.
I know, that's why I got it for you. It's really soft and buttery tasting.
But there's
It's much nicer
something...
than...
There's something that's really not... One of my problems with salad, this is going to sound really, really indulgent, is it's really hard to eat. And I don't find lamb's lettuce hard to
No,
eat.
it's really soft
Do you
and
know what I mean?
buttery. So I've done that with
Thank you.
ham
Yeah.
and scrambled eggs, sir.
Lovely, thank you.
Enjoy your meal, sir.
I was wondering whether, is the not eating carbs, is the hunger for carbs like the hunger for the sugar and alcohol? Maybe the hunger...
You say the more you eat, the more you want.
I've just had a phenomenal thought. Maybe addiction is an addiction to the body's process of breaking down sugar.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Breaking down carbs and breaking down sugar is the same thing.
Yeah.
Because carbs is sugar. So maybe that's the missing link in alcoholism and addiction. Because when I'm hungry at the moment, I haven't got that batshit crazy, I'm out of my head, literally clawing at the doors of the larder, thinking where the hell is anything. I'm just hungry.
It really suits you, this way of eating. And look, You're not going without.
No.
See, that is still carbs. People think you're not having carbs, but you're just not having complex
I mean, will it?
carbohydrates.
I suppose the mistake I've made as well is thinking I need so many carbs because of the running.
You don't.
But then many runners are addicts.
You don't need loads of carbs.
But a lot of runners are addicts. I think the connection between carbs and alcohol is the same thing. It's not an addiction to either substance. It's an addiction to the body's process of breaking them down.
Right, can you calm down now? You haven't stopped talking since you've got up.
I haven't actually. I've really annoyed myself.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted.
Sorry. Just a little moment there. Missing my nan today. Missing my nan. I really would have loved to have shared everything that Maddie achieved this week with Nanny Thelma. So.
Mark and I both separately this week on exactly the same day came home and said, oh God, we really missed Nanny Thelma today. It's funny,
Well,
wasn't
because
it?
she was such an ardent fan of you on the show.
Well, because I actually said, because we were talking about Mitzi and Loose Women.
God, don't even just hearing that's weird.
And I said, quite.
Oh, baby.
We were talking about Karl Lagerfeld donating
yeah.
all his money to his
His
cat.
cat, yes.
And we were all saying how ridiculous it was. And I said, you know,
Sorry, I thought of Nan.
yeah, and I said, you know, I would have normally completely dismissed that, but when I think of what Mitzi meant to Nanny Thelma, she was her friend. I mean, they had breakfast together. That cat used to eat marmalade toast with her.
I know, remarkable cat. I
So-
wish I'd ended up a cat like that.
And then as I started to talk about her, I then said, and I said it on Loose Women, I said, oh my God, it's just taken my breath away, the thought that she's not watching this, because she's
So
the
bizarre.
only person, all my family only, that ever watches Loose Women, and she watches it every single
watch it every day.
every single day. And she would have been so excited about me talking about Mitzi.
And if you weren't on for one day, she'd ring me and she'd be like, where's Nads? Where's Maddie?
What's
But
happened?
she would have loved to have known
Who are all
that.
these other ones?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
she always used to say.
But I also wanted to call her after Maddie's audition just to share with her, you know, because she loved hearing Maddie sing and play a trumpet, and she always go, oh, it's because of the acting family. She loved all of that. It's like your granddad, just like your mum, it's like your auntie. She loved all of that connecting. And then I wanted to phone her phone the other day, and then I literally nearly phoned her number, and I couldn't bear the thought of hearing another voice at the end of it. It did me in. Anyway.
We love you, Nanny
Love you,
Thelma.
Nanny Thelma.